for the leadership of the incoming 10th National Assembly. The national chairman of the All Progressives Congress, AbdullahiAdamu, has warned the party's anointed candidate for the Speaker of the House of Representatives, the position, TajudeenAbass, to stop parading himself as elected Speaker. Adamu gave the warning when Tajudeen led a delegation of about 50 members-elect across party divides on a thank-you visit to the APC National Working Committee at the National Secretariat in Abuja. Well, Adamu also warned supporters and lawmakers to stop addressing Abbas as the Speaker, as the ruling party is still having consultations with other aspirants and stakeholders. But today, now let's understand this. Why is it important to clarify Abbas' status as an aspirant and not elected Speaker, as we understand at this stage?
And because nobody has elected him. He's not a Speaker. He's, the party suggested him to the APC caucus of the House of Reps. It's a suggestion because they are going to vote. The party has to get the buy-in of the lawmakers. If you want them to vote for your choice, then the consultation must be sufficient. And you will recall that the chairman, the day the G7 went to him, he admitted that they did not consult. And how do you even determine that the people contesting, those are the first people that you consult? You get them to
buy in.
You get their buy-in, tell them, look, we want you to give up your interest in this race. This is the person that we want. But if you fail to talk to them, to the contestants, and you went ahead and just came up with some names, ordinarily, by convention, they are supposed to zone, not simply to handpick leaders for them. And this House of Reps has a reputation for repudiating whatever the leadership of the party does. Dating back to 2007, Obasanjo picked Patricia Ete. They didn't like the fact that he picked Ete for them. They harassed the woman out of the office, accused her of stealing, and she didn't steal.
Impeached, yeah.
In the end, after they chased her away, they came up with a clean bill of health. You say, Madam, you didn't steal anything. They knew what they were doing. They didn't like the idea of a third party picking their leaders for them. And you saw that in 2011, Mulikat was the choice of the party, the PDP. But what did we see? They revolted and picked Tambua. Tambua was whipped during a test time. So we could say that he had some experience. They picked Tambua over the choice of the party. In 2015, Gbajabiamila was the choice of the party. Again, they picked Dogara over the choice of the party. That in 2019, PDP wanted Chinda from Rivers State as the minority caucus leader. Again, they revolted. In the House of Reps, they revolted and picked Elumelu. So that is one house. That is one house with a rebellious tradition. And if you must get them to support you, you have to show respect to them. You have to reach out to them. Going around behaving like you have it all sewn up, even at a time when the national chairman said, look, we will reconsider this matter. I saw him speaking to them, say, look, because they told him that, look, on that floor, you are not going to be there with us on that floor. If you do not address this perceived injustice, I'm adding perceived now, then don't expect that we will support the wish of the party. So and they promised them that the matter will be addressed. the North Central has been insisting that it didn't get a good deal. It didn't get a good deal. What has never happened before was what happened this time. There is a difference between principal officers and presiding officers. Nigerians are modeling them up. Principal officers are just 4.
Yeah.
The deputy, the speaker, deputy speaker, the Senate president, deputy, they are 4. And now you've zoned 2 of the 4 to the northwest.
Yeah.
It's unprecedented. So when you do that, you should expect a pushback. No matter what, you should expect a pushback. We have 6 geopolitical zones, for God's sake. Now, if you zone 2 principal, two presiding officer positions to
1 zone,
of course, you will be resisted.
A zone of.
You will be resisted. So, of course, this is what has happened. And given the performance of the North Central in the election, they won 4 out of 6 states. Not even the Southwest, where Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu comes from, delivered more than 4 states. Asiwaju lost Osun, he lost Lagos, his home state. But in the North Central, they won 4. In the governorship election, they added 1 more state. Today, by the time of the inauguration, North Central, APC will have 5 out of 6 states in the North Central. So they are saying, look, our loyalty over the years has got to be rewarded.
Absolutely.
That is their argument. They are not voting against the party. They are saying, look, you need to take a second look at this. And the chairman is saying, yes, we will take a second look at this. Because the alternative is 360, we are looking at 360 members. 360 members are not easy to get on your side. It requires a lot of hard work, including what you now call the greater minority.
Right.
So what it meant was, look, stop giving the feeling that this matter, yes, is done and dusted. You are not a speaker until that day of proclamation, until that election is held. So don't parade yourself as a speaker. Because I'm sure some of the people who are with him were already hailing the man. My speaker, you know the way they do.
Absolutely.
An aspirant wants to contest for governorship. He has no chance of winning. But you see Nigerians will be hailing, my God.
The gov.
Your Excellency, sir. Your Excellency is in the mushroom patio that is not likely to win a single vote. My leader. The gov, Your Excellency, sir, you see them because they know that makes leaders happy. Nigerian leaders like sycophants around them.
That's
so once you continue to hail them like that, they believe that they are the best thing
that has ever happened to anyone.
Since sliced bread, and they will think that whatever they do is best.
You know, Dara, it can be really fascinating knowing that this kind of thing is happening when we've seen antecedents in the House of Reps. But what are the challenges or controversies you think might arise during the election for the Speaker?
VKO just nailed it. Whatever it is APC had in mind when they decided to zone 2 presiding offices to 1 zone. You see, Nigeria is a very peculiar country.
Right.
And incidentally, we have 6 zones. Ironically, we also have 6 offices perceived to be leading offices that people expect naturally should go around the 6 zones. The presidency, the vice presidency, the Senate president, speaker, deputy Senate president, deputy speaker. So naturally, and over the years, I think that has been the case.
Practice.
You see it going around in a way. But this time around, it's different. APC as a party will have its reasons. The leadership of the party met and took that decision. They must have considered certain things, be that as it may. You need to convince the people involved. I think whatever it is they had in mind, they've not done enough convincing the people. A good example, as we say in journalism, in news writing, a good indication that trouble is still looming is what happened on the floor of the House today. The incumbent speaker and the deputy speaker, Honorable Wase, is one of the people seeking the speakership, clashed openly in a manner that would not have happened but for political differences.
Yes.
And
one of the things he sees Gwaja
as one of those who
Gwaja is
supporting
openly
supporting
Abbas.
And beyond that, BKO, I think Wase, like he said in one of his speeches, is looking at how loyal he has been to Gwaja.
Yes.
When Gwaja was minority leader, and they became majority party, people felt that Wase should contest for the majority leadership. And then, way back, he openly said, you see it happen in other countries. Minority leader will just become majority leader, and deputy will just, he was the guy's deputy. He stuck there. And then they became the issue of speakership. He didn't contest against him when it was
they prevailed on
him. He allowed him. They prevailed on him. He let go. And, you know, they took positions in the same manner. Speaker. So he felt that having stayed in such loyal status position over the years, Gbaja should naturally back his aspiration. But Gbaja being a party man who understands what is at stake, probably felt, look, let me toe the line of the party.
That is if it's not the initiator.
Well, we can't say. Okay, anyway, you said
candidacy of the
party. You said that is it. But you also know that beyond whatever is happening on the floor of the house, the interest of other party stakeholders are involved in what is happening.
Right.
See, there are people, I can tell you, this is something people don't want to talk about. There are people in the North Central who are comfortable with the way this thing is going. Some leaders who are also eyeing certain positions, knowing fully well that they can use this scenario to negotiate that since we didn't get that, we want this part. There is another position the North Central has been showing interest in. And then this is a negotiating power to some people, while it is not in the interest of some people. Today, Wase made it public that, look, he is not the same Mr. Loyal anymore to Gbaja. And people on the floor there could see. And people took sides. There and then, we realized that he also has people who will go with him, whatever happens. Whether they are now returning members or outgoing members is what we may not know. Also, within the argument today, it emerged that Wase no longer attend pre-plenary meetings. Pre-plenary meetings are meetings held by the leadership before sitting. It was a review that he no longer, probably because he felt that, what will I be sitting with these people doing? He's already feeling
that's
better.
why I said, yeah, I said.
So emotions are still very, very high.
Last week that if I were the speaker, I would not make it so obvious that this is the person
that I'm supporting.
But is the one even taking him round, taking him to places?
Because he's doing it for the party.
No, that's not how. These are people that you have been with
all this while.
When you are facing serious heat, these were people who stood behind you and made sure that you survived. He knows what I'm talking about.
He can actually stay on the fence and all will be well.
You can still in secret promote
whoever you are supporting
without openly
doing
it the way you've done, because that open support, it's not as if Tambua didn't support what's his name, Dogara, but it didn't make it that obvious. It didn't make it that obvious, because these kind of things ultimately
sends a wrong signal.
Yeah, bad blood that it generates.
And that's what we are seeing today.
Okay, I was reading an interview where the speaker, Abiamila, said he regretted supporting Tambua to become speaker in 2011.
Oh, really?
Yes, because he discovered that Tambua stabbed him in the back.
Eventually.
So if you feel that way,
why are you not doing this?
Have you not done it to Wase, to Gagdi, and the rest of them? So this is the thing. There are certain things that leaders must be careful to avoid. Yeah. Especially if you are a popular leader.
Absolutely.
You've been a very successful House of Rep speaker. You know, no one can take that from you, that you are very good at your job. In that situation, what they want to see is for you to stay neutral. You understand? Let it be obvious that you are neutral. But you could actually be funneling support to your preferred candidate without making it extremely obvious. This one has been extremely obvious. Honestly, because I've seen videos, when you make it extremely obvious like that, those people that you do not support, people like Betara, people like Gagdi, people like Wase, they have influence. They are strong in the house. They are going to see you as an enemy. They are going to turn against you. So this is what we are saying. For me, the best thing for the APC is to find a middle ground on this matter. Otherwise, they will be embarrassed on the floor. Except if it's not this House of Reps with this history.
There is no way they would allow things to remain like this till inauguration day.
So they have to deal with it.
Ashwaju has to call the people concerned.
If the situation must remain, they need to pacify and be seen to have pacified others. We can't allow them go in this way. Anything can still happen.
Bukola's scenario was not as bad as
it wasn't.
The only problem they made during that Bukola saga was that they didn't announce their
preferences
on time. They wasted time. Bukola had worked hard, and a lot of those people that he had reached out to, they found it difficult to turn back at the last minute. That's what happened. It wasn't like this one. In this case, they started early, but you have a situation
let's quickly move on to our next issue.
Even-handedness was not there.
Let's quickly move on to our next issue of discussion. Let's discuss the